In this video, I'm going over the experimental procedure for Lab 5. So as you can see on page 8, Lab 5 has 3 parts, A, B, and C. On part A is the section where you are going to be working with Lewis structures and actually drawing them out. Also, you're going to be exploring VSEPR rules. So in part A, you have to calculate the number of valence electrons for a particular structure. You need to draw the Lewis structure. You need to determine the electron group geometry and molecular shape. But understand that for those Lewis structures, we don't have a digital 3D model. So there's no 3D model that you can utilize to check your structures. But you need to determine the bond angle for the molecule, and you need to determine the overall polarity. So when we look at the lab document, as you can see in page 9, page 10, and page 11, there are a series of molecular compounds or polyatomic ions in which you're going to be building those different Lewis structures. In part B, you're going to be comparing intermolecular forces for the molecule studied in part A. First, you're going to watch a YouTube video reviewing what are the different types of attractive forces. Remember that there are 3. Dispersion forces, followed by dipole-dipole, followed by hydrogen bonding. When it comes to the strength of these attractive forces, remember, hydrogen bonding is the strongest, dispersion is the weakest, okay, out of the 3. So from dispersion towards hydrogen bonding, the strength of the attractive force increases. So because all the work that you have done in part A, you can actually determine what is going to be the strongest attractive force for each of those compounds in part A. And specifically on page 12, you can actually write what is the strongest attractive force for each of those compounds. Lastly, on part C, you're going to be comparing the effects of intermolecular forces. The first concept that you're going to be going over is viscosity. As you can see, you have a YouTube video to watch, and then you have some questions to answer. And those questions, as you can see, they're on page 13. Then, as you can see, you have a surface tension test exercise. So for surface tension, pretty much what you're going to be observing is students are going to have a penny and they're going to be putting drops of a substance, which is either water, octane, or acetone on that penny. The idea is that based on the attractive force that a particular substance has, either water, octane, or acetone, you will see a correlation with the number of pennies that can be placed on the substance and the attractive force for that substance. Because the idea is that the stronger the attractive force, the more drops can be added to the penny. Lastly, we have a solubility test. And as you can see, in this solubility test, there's another YouTube video. And in that YouTube video, you're going to see this person utilizing a chemical compound that is called copper 2 nitrate and is going to try to dissolve it in 2 different substances. And pretty much when it comes to that, you're going to see which one of the substances that he uses in order to solubilize that copper 2 nitrate, it solubilizes better in it. Now, for item C2 and C3, you can see that the questions for those parts are on page 14.